Hi, this is Angelo Rossetti here. I'm coach developer for USPTA New England and a certified pro with IPTPA and PPR and IFP Academy. Excited to have a Q&A with the founder and CEO of NPL, the National Pickleball League, and it's Gordon Gebert. I'm really happy to have him here today. The league is exploding. A lot of people are asking me questions. I happen to also be the volunteer ambassador for the state of Connecticut, so I'm spreading the word because I really see this as something that my brother and I can find a lot of value and enjoyment in, as well as a lot of other players of all ages and levels. But with that said, Gordon, welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Angelo. I got to give a shout out to Angelo because he's been a godsend to me with this league. I thank you so much.
Oh yeah, it's all good. You know, it's just you pursue your passion, and you're so passionate about pickleball and with the Slam Master. You know, I bought one of those. You were kind enough to also lend me the better one at a tournament, the Nutmeg Games, and you've always really been promoting the sport. And this is the next venture. So tell me, how did you start NPL?
The National Pickleball League. I started out because all the things that I was doing was with tournaments and leagues, and there weren't total, I didn't get the total experience with them. So and I saw that APPPA and all, mentioning these groups and everything, they're fantastic, but they cater to the pros. And I see all these pickleball players all across the country, and I wanted to start a league, so to speak, to cater to everybody across the whole country. I wanted to get everybody involved. That's
great. And what was your main impetus or motivation to start it? Was there an aha moment?
There was an aha moment. It was playing on the court. I was playing every day, to really get my game going and everything. And I played 5 days a week, 3 to 6 hours. And I'd come home and I'd, forget about my games. I go, I played good. You remember that one good shot you made and everything. And then after a couple of weeks of doing this, or a long time of doing this, I said, I wanted a goal. I need a goal to, with all these rec games that I'm playing. And that's one of the big reasons why I started National Pickleball League. Our motto is make your rec games count. So I thought of, playing all these games, but entering it into a data system and to see your progress and see how well you're doing over time.
So now, do all of your rec games count, and how does that work?
Well, in the National Pickleball League, you choose to make your rec game count. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that every single rec game you play, you're putting it into the data system. You have to agree on the court. Go to your rec game, and then you have 3 other guys on the court, 3 mixed women, I should say guys, including all genders. So when you go into court, you got a bunch of guys who say, hey, let's make this game count for the National Pickleball League. Put your score in, and then you enjoy the game. And it's a long season also. It's all April all the way to September. So I wanted to make it like a baseball season, a basketball season. Let's have a pickleball season. So it's a long haul. There's not a lot of pressure. Everybody puts a lot of pressure on games that count. But, your games are counting from April all the way to September. So you're not going 1,000% every single day, killing yourself. You have to pace yourself when you join the NPL.
So there are like 2 levels. I think there's a free level and a paid level. So can you explain that?
Yeah. All right. We have a free level. Anybody could join. You can put for free. And what it does is you could put your scores in and see your ranking where you are in the state, that you live in. And the paid one, you get all the perks. And then you're able to get sponsored gifts, raffles, giveaways. We have swag we give away when you join. And also, when you pay the pay part, you can qualify for the playoffs and qualify for the championship. And there's no extra fee involved in that.
Okay. And when do the playoffs start? And when does the season start?
Yeah, the season starts in April. April 15th, we're starting the season. It's our first inaugural season, so we're playing it, by ear, so to speak, for the first year. And the season ends in September. You can join during the season and then play catch up, play. What it does, the league encourages you to play as many games as you can, record them in the system, so you can catch up, halfway through the season, because a lot of people pacing themselves, a lot of people playing lots of games. So, and then the season ends September 16th. And after that, that's when we break up everybody into brackets. When you join a league, you can play anybody, any ranking, any age, any gender, and during the season, any NPL member. And then we break you up into brackets, rating system, rating, age range, gender, and then play those playoffs. And if you win the playoffs, then you go on to the championship. And that's in October.
Is that based by state or region? So compared to what?
Yes, whatever state you register in. So you register in Connecticut, you're pretty much playing against everybody in your state ranking. And then you play your playoffs in the state, in Connecticut, so to speak, for example. And then after that, then you're going to play championship amongst all the champions from all the other states.
And so if you travel, let's say, if I'm in New York and I travel to Connecticut or New Jersey and I play there, all 4 people have to be NPL, either free or paid members for your games to count. And do they count also to your state ranking?
Correct. Yep. It'll count for your state ranking. You could go across the border and play, Connecticut, New Jersey, just as long as they're all NPL members, and it'll still go on your record. And so you're not stuck, just playing Connecticut people, just playing Jersey people, New York. We're talking about tri-state area because Angelo and I do live in Connecticut area, but got a lot of members in Florida. We got a lot of members in Indiana, Michigan, Illinois. Great pocket. I call them pockets of pickleball. And California, Shri, I got to give a shout out to the ambassador. Shri is doing a phenomenal job out there. We have over 35 ambassadors all across the whole country.
No, that's great. So then how is it different than Duper?
I think Gebert does a flex league, so to speak, and you have to get a partner, and then you have to stick with that partner. Here, it's individual scores, but I mean, you're playing so many different people and different partners. When I put this model together, I think it'll make you a better player to play with as many different partners as possible, and not be, I call it, get stuck with one partner, which you can do if you have a phenomenal partner like you do, Angelo. You have your twin brother. You have your twin
brother. My twin, Etere. Yeah, shout out to Ed. So people with partners then can play with their partner the whole season, and then they could potentially qualify. How would that work for people that really enjoy playing with their wife or their brother or just a partner?
Yeah, so if you want to stick with a partner all throughout the season, you can. It's an option. And what happens is when you get to the playoffs and the 2 of you make the playoffs, you're going to get split up, and you're going to we do it in a round robin format, because everybody's playing single, and we do it in a round robin format. So now you have, I say, your team, so to speak, has twice a chance to make it to the championship than playing as a single person and playing with all your different partners. So if you have a dedicated partner, you're doubling your chance of making the playoffs in the championship.
Okay, so that sounds fun. Yep. And what's the website that people can go to sign up and get involved?
Yeah, the website is usa-npl.com. I'll repeat it, usa-npl.com, and just hit that join button. And then right there, the registration comes up, fill out all the info. And then if you want to pay, you can pay. Or if you want to do the free registration, you do the free registration. I must bring this up. I think it's going to be your next question. Suppose you're playing for free all the way through the season. So, yeah, I mean, the season starts in April, and you see you're doing fantastic from April to May, and in June you decide to pay. What happens is, the moment you pay, your record gets wiped out. You have to start from zero. So it pays to pay as soon as possible. To if you think you're going to do well in the league and you like the league, pay sooner than later. So your record starts the moment you pay to get into the playoffs and the championship.
And just to clarify there, but the people who played against you who are paid members, their record of wins and losses against you stays, right?
Stays. Yes, their record stays. Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
That seems fair. That makes sense. And then I know you can't disclose the exact algorithm, but generally speaking, what are the criteria as far as score differential or wins and losses, how frequently you play, like to get your ranking in NPL?
To get your ranking up, yeah. What it is you have wins, losses, total points won, total points lost, and then you have total points gained. And our algorithm is total points gained. That's how you're going to get ranked. So if the total points gained is, suppose you and I play two other players, we win 11-5. We both gain 6 points on our record. So, and if we lose, say we lost 11-5, we're -6 goes into our total points gained, and the ranking is by total points gained. So it pays to play as many games as you can to get that total points gained up. The league encourages lots of rec games. Yep.
So then I know in tournaments I've played in, there's different levels, even though they suggest a level. Let's say they say a 5-0 or a 4 or 5. You know, let's say you play a 4-5, you can play against 5-0 players, 4-0, sometimes even 3-5. How does that work into your system?
Okay, so I've been asked this a lot. A lot of people say, we'll use the word sandbagging. So you'll have a player, like a 4-5 player. It doesn't pay for a 4-5 player to start beating up on 3-0s all throughout the whole season, because you and I know, and I'm sure a lot of 4-5 players know, that when you play lower level players, your game deteriorates. So, you know, and then at the end of the season, you're going to play 4-5 players, and your game is not up to par because you haven't been playing with 4-5 players. You've been making, you know, easy points on 3-0 players. So I don't recommend people, you know, continuously playing, you know, with you know, not within their ranks. The league does encourage, and I've experienced it when I started playing pickleball 3-0. All the lower level players want to play higher level players to advance their game. This league kind of encourages that. It doesn't encourage to continuously do it, you know. So you have to be in agreement before the game starts. You know, if you have a 4-5 player, a 4-0, a 3-0, and a 3-5 on the court, you agree to play your game, and then you risk losing or winning against those lower level players. But the lower level players are getting experience with the higher level players, and the higher level players are supposedly gaining points. So it balances out. It does in the long season. If we were doing a short season, it would be tough. But when we're playing April all the way to September, it all balances out.
And yeah, when I coach pickleball players, I say the 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 rule. 1/3 of the time you got to play players at your level. 1/3 of the time you got to play players that are slightly better than you, and 1/3 of the time you got to play players slightly weaker than you, because you're gonna play a slightly different risk level game, more risk against better players and more percentage against weaker players, and playing maybe to their weakness against similar players. So yeah, so that seems to make sense.
That's a great formula in a perfect world. But again, if you can accomplish that,
and you find that in tournaments that you play almost all the time. So then, you know, I know there's two opening day events going on in the state of Connecticut, one in New Canaan and one at my club at the Tennis and Fitness Center, Rocky Hill.
There's one in California also.
Oh, in California too. Great. So how would that work? Like, in other words, can you explain if someone shows up to that, what to expect as far as entering the scores and all of that? How long do they have to enter the scores? Are they verified by both teams or players? How does that work?
All right, so it is on the honor system so far. So, and we were going to correct, not, try to advance it more where we could have confirmation from the other team. But when we play tournaments, regular tournaments, that's on the honor system in itself, because we're on the court with, there's 4 people on the court. You're not gonna be able to, skew the scores or cheat, or so to speak. So what we're doing is, when we're playing this opening day event, you're going to enter your scores right after you play the game. That's what I suggest, because you want to get everybody's name in correct, and the scores incorrect. And it's very easy to do. It only takes less than 1 minute to do after your game to enter your scores. So that's easy. If you don't want to do that and you want to start writing it down, the scores, but you got to make sure you have all the scores correct and everybody's name correct. If you want to write down, that's the long version. Do it. If somebody has a phone, they're there, they pop in that score right away. It's very easy on the phone. I'll insert a video here how to do it. All right.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
that would be very helpful. I think I think it seems user friendly, but people actually have to do it right there and then on a tablet or a phone. Well, great.
Yeah, I recommend people to go and put scoring before April 15th, and just to see how it works, so you're not caught off guard and trying to play around trying to get scores in. And it's very simple. Once you do it once or twice, you'll be able to do it very easy. Yep.
Great. Well, any final words of wisdom, Gordon?
This is going to be a fantastic first season. I love it. It's getting off the ground. A lot of excitement there. We have over 4,000 people on our NPL, on our TeamReach group. We have 500 registered so far on the website, and we're going to get those people, entered and registered. And what I suggest to everybody, if you are a member of NPL, just get your friends to join. And it's free, so you could have you play your rec games and make them count, and get some kind of goal this 2023, so to speak, pickleball season that we made from April to September. And it'd be very, very rewarding. Instead of just going out and just banging a ball around every day, you'll have a goal. Yep.
No, that's great. Well, Gordon, thanks so much. We'll put in the description all of the TeamReach code and the state codes and the website and all of that. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your energy, enthusiasm, positivity to create this league. I know I'm excited to play more. I have a family, a wife, and 2 children, so I can't irresponsibly travel around the country to play pickleball, but I could definitely irresponsibly travel locally to play with my brother and spend more time with my family. So I appreciate personally you creating this league.
Thank you so much, Angelo. Yeah, get the shirt, wear the hat proudly, and I'll see you on the courts.
See you on the courts. Thanks so much, Gordon.
Thank you.